All right, guys, that's my time. You guys ready for the headliner? Are you guys actually Tristan's friends? Can you prove it to me right now? There you go. This guy's a good friend of mine. We used to... Why do you keep talking, dude? This isn't your show. God damn. All right, Tristan, good luck with this guy. He's a good friend of mine. We used to run a comedy show together, and I love him dearly. Thank you so much for having us, Tristan. And guys, get up for Tristan Williams, as told by celebrity.
It always starts with a Connery. Hello, thank you. It's good to be alive again. And happy birthday to those who celebrate. It always starts with a Connery. Trust me, I don't want to pay to hear someone else do my voice either, but we have to begin with me because Tristan began with me. You will find he is wholly unremarkable. He paid 100 of us to be here tonight. We begin with me, but of course I'm not the first impression he remembers. His father would do Donald Duck. He cannot do Donald Duck. You're stuck with me. But why do we all do a Connery? Well, first off, it's the first voice we all believe we can do perfectly, in part because I never changed it. I played a Spaniard with this accent. But really, if you get down to it, I'm not even sure I'm the most fun James Bond to do. That could be Roger Moore or Pierce Brosnan. Bond, James Bond. 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 Blanc, Benoit Blanc. I do not have a distinct Bond voice. I will show myself out. You're in for a long night. Tristan brought us here to answer one question. What makes an impressionist? We're going to use this sad man's life to figure it out. So without further ado, I present you Tristan, as told by celebrities. Let's get this star friggin' porn, man. I'm gonna get back in the tub. What makes an impressionist?
You had to know I would be here. Of course he did me. He's
Wholly unremarkable.
every kid does a walk-in. It's so unlike a normal human speech pattern. It's like I don't know where to be excited. But why do kids do voices? You come together, it's fun. You pretend to be people. Maybe you pretend you're uncomfortably huge. You look at your friend, you call him a tiny man, you yell, "Get to the chopper!" Did you know there are only 10,000 choppers in America? Can you imagine if we all got to them at one time? What a nightmare. Maybe you don't want to be huge. Maybe you just want to be a local celebrity.
Growing up in Nebraska is its own reward. For one, you get to do a Warren Buffett, who doesn't sound like this at all, but none of you know that. You also get sunsets, wildlife, natural beauty. Tristan even went to summer camp, where his hair somehow did an impression of his horse. That is mystifying. The 90s. I need to emphasize here that while Tristan did the basic voices, it's not like he was pushing hard to learn to do a lot of them. I mean, for instance, he saw Happy Gilmore 100 times, and yet he never learned to do a stand-up. All you have to do is sing and move your hands. Shibbity-doo. So what did he do then that was impressive? Well, he joined the theater, where every single kid does a really bad Mark O'Kane. Truly horrendous. We have no pictures of this time, but he was the prince in Cinderella, so you can imagine. Oh, wait, never mind, we found one. Oh, look at him. Theater went very well for Tristan, and it's a perfect place to learn to do impressions, which is why, right when high school came around, he quit. Never even gave himself the chance. No such luck. Bet you were expecting fancy anecdotes, weren't you? But why did he quit? Well, that's when he met Bridget. Hello, Colin Firth. You can't fault him for being struck by love. It strikes us at any time, and it struck him in Bridget. Sorry, Colin. Oh, yes, Hugh Grant. Ha ha. It says here there was no love interest of any kind. Really? Yes, it appears you are confusing him with yourself. Again. Do I have a child? Who the hell are you? But you are wondering, yes, why did he stop? No good reason. But sometimes in life, we just quit things we like. And life is weird like that. So college rolls around, and he gets pretty far from voices and impressions. But it says here there are 3 we could talk about. He asked us to skip those, said they were too humiliating. Well, of course we're gonna do them, you stupid haggis. Let's get into it. Number 1, remember our friend Mr. Walken? Hi. One morning freshman year, Tristan woke up and changed his voicemail to Christopher Walken. But not a good Walken. A bad one. We have no way to hear this right now, but if I had to guess how it sounds. Hey, I can't come to the phone right now, so leave a message. He got 1 voicemail. It said delete this. But number 2, if you had to guess, Batman went to a lot of parties. No, like a lot of parties, like too many parties. And I know what you're thinking. If no one knows his real identity, how'd they invite him to all these parties? They didn't. Batman finds a way. And that, of course, leaves us with number 3, which is that Tristan once answered someone else's phone at a party and said, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. What I do have is a very particular set of skills. Hi, Liam Neeson. We can end it there. If you want to hear the rest of it, just call him anytime. I don't know why he learned my entire speech. But if I had to guess, it's because nothing says fun party like you are going to be taken. That is the last of the impressions, but I have a feeling we can still get him with this. Somehow, this is not an impression. No. Regretfully, we will not do it. And that is the end of college. It's finally off in the real world. Tristan has the chance to study comedy and go after a dream. So naturally, he abandons it entirely. He quits even harder than the last time. There are no voices to hand it off to here. I do not know where this goes. I am a computer. No one can say just why we quit the things we like, but one reason is to go into the tech industry. That was where Tristan wanted to spend his life, in the computer. Well, thank God he met me. Hi, Jimmy Stewart. You might recognize me from that Christmas movie they play every year, but you haven't seen since 1995. I forgive you all. One day, a couple years later, after a particularly hard day at work, Tristan put on Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, where he met me. Something about my bleary-eyed optimism and awkward, hokey voice made him think about what he really wanted in life. I happen to know that some of you here find this voice particularly grating, but it did work for him. Yes, at the age of 25, he finally decided to do comedy. Please do not leave me. I think you'll be all right. He started small and he took an improv class where he soon found that people loved to tell him about his voice. Namely, that he sounds like a radio announcer, which if you hadn't heard it before, you will hear it now. But also sometimes they would tell him that he sounded like Patrick Warburton. Yeah, I don't see it. Now, he may have stupidly thought they were right, and that Warburton voice is a career. It is not, no offense. I don't care. But it got him to go after it. That year, he moved to New York, where 3 important things happen. First, he sees this movie called The Trip, which is a British series where 2 impressionists prove that impressions are alive and well. It features a lot of good Michael Caine. You mean this isn't good Michael Caine? That is horrendous Michael Caine. There are 4 movies here. You should watch all of them. Number 2, he takes a character class, which inspires him to do his first, inspires is like, it pushes him to do his first impression on stage. Do any of you know who this is? I will sue you with everything I have. And then number 3, he gets really back into movies. But not just watching movies and talking back to them, which is a great way to meet a lot of voices and occasionally ruin a classic film. He watches the whole AFI 100, where he meets voices like, Gregory Peck, yes, Scout. I was the leading man because I had a smooth, deep voice, and I was ruggedly handsome. And I'm Humphrey Bogart. I am not conventionally attractive, and I sound like a 30s gangster with lockjaw, but I was also a leading man. That's preposterous. No, it's true. People like me can be a romantic lead. It's even true today. Back me up on this, kid. What? No. Leave me out of this. Why am I in here? You're like me, kid. I am not. This is how normal people talk. It's really not, son. Yes, it is. I talk normal, and I am hot. Every day I wake up, and I'm hot. We'll get away from classic films. Anyways, he does these 3 things, right, which get him always thinking about impressions, trying them out in front of people, and constantly meeting new voices. That is really all it takes to make an impressionist. And you put yourself to that, you can do it in like a year. What we're trying to say is nothing set him up, especially to be an impressionist. He just pushed there, and he was. If anything, it happened to him late in life. That's why he's wholly unremarkable. So what we really should be here to answer, and what Tristan really started to think about, is that, it's not that simple. Impressions are stressful. They have this weird air around them where people won't often tell you if you're good, but they will sure as heck tell you if you're bad. You know this if you've ever done one and heard, it's not quite my tempo. Your face is off, words are off, your feelings are wrong, emotions are wrong. You call that a double time swing? I don't want to hear another goddamn impression unless anyone can give me pictures of Spider-Man. Go on. He jokes, but that's very real. They're hard to do. They take work. So maybe the more important question, and the reason we're really here, is not to figure out what makes an impressionist, but why make an impressionist? Why should we do this? Well, where do we even start? How do you answer a question like this? You can take the blue pill, let it go. Maybe get a hobby. Or you can take the red pill, write a 30-minute show that kind of wanders and has no central plot. Obsess over these for months. Talk to yourself as hundreds of people. See how deep this rabbit hole goes. Whoa, I'll take both. It was not an option. Let's see what happens. I did that myself. It's time to get critical. Also, we need a faster talking celebrity because we gotta cover a lot of ground. Hi, Robert Downey Jr., do not applaud. Perfect. Okay, let's get into this. What are they? Why would we do this? Why do impressions? Are they an art form? Do they make you an artiste? I don't think so, at least not on their own. Acting, what I do, that's art. Some of his impressions don't even have language. Listen to this. Wah ba ba, wah ba 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 ba. I sincerely wish that we're the only one without language. It is not. Hold on, we're almost there. Wow, getting coffee. That takes a lot of air. Hold on a second. Whew. All right, back to it. So yeah, about those. Are they really art? Acting is the chance to learn someone else's mannerisms, adopt a new identity, or even wear another man's skin. Yes.
So if all he's doing is just making a funny sound, what is that?
I think he's just playing a game.
Correct, wooden clown. I'm sorry, why am I just getting serial killers?
We love impressions.
Okay.
Like your impression of an artist after you played Iron Man 9 times.
Oh, that's what this is about? Really? I had bills to pay. I went to a lot of rehab. Okay? Just get out of here. And Hannibal, please don't make that sound. Oh, come on, man. Oh. Wow. Okay, where were we? Oh, so anyways, they can be art, but they're more just a game. Just a funny way to hide in a joke. But what they definitely are, though, they are definitely a skill. So why build it? Is it a means to an end? Just a way to get on Saturday Night Live? Well, as a man who spent one illustrious year, I can tell you the short answer is no. But the long answer is no. Stop calling Lorne Michaels. I already have a guy that does all of those. And yes, I'm aware my voice was the basis for Dr. Evil. Impressions do not stand on their own. They need writing and emotion and jokes behind them. They can be pretty impressive. You could probably make a viral video of them, but that's not a good enough reason to keep doing these. It's not gonna put you back into it every day. Also, there's too many of those to even stand out. And at some point, if you're doing those, it kind of just feels like you're trying to say in another man's words,
I am smarter than you, Eli.
thank you, Daniel.
I am an oil man.
Yes, we know. So then after that, what's even left for these? Are they just a trick, a good way to, win a beer or meet a girl?
Hey, that don't sound too bad.
They're not even good for that, you lonely old man.
I don't get no respect. No respect at all.
Impressions are a skill you build with no obvious return. Sorry. But something does happen, though, if you start to do a lot of them. You start to learn a lot about the voice and what it's capable of. This is shallow at first, but you start to realize that some voices, even ones that seem really far away, are actually pretty simple once you figure out the pieces. Here's an example. Remember Batman's friend Bane?
Bane, he's here. Where is he? This is just my grandfather voice with a hand over my mouth.
It's really all it is. But I promise it's not just shallow things. You start to learn some deeper things. You start to see how truly connected some people's voices are. Think about this. There are billions of voices out there, right? But some of them, the only difference between them, you learn, is the location that they talk from. Now, you've probably never thought about where you talk from in your mouth. In fact, I hope you've never thought about it. It's super weird. But once you do and you learn how to control it, you can see some really amazing connections. Here, hear me out on this one.
This impression is perfect. This is the perfect Robert De Niro. Do not doubt me, fucker. De Niro has a New York accent. He also has an underbite. To talk like him, you take this voice and you put it in the underbite. But if you take that same voice and you push it to the back of your throat, you get Ray Romano. Yeah. The same voice. He talks like he's talking from behind his head. He's talking from Deborah's head. Deborah! Yeah. Take the same voice, slide it back forward, back to De Niro. But if you do these two, you have to remember to switch the eyes or you will create a monster. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes. I am having an aneurysm.
Okay, so you see connections, but you also start to see combinations. This is amazing too. Some people's voices are the perfect combination of two others. They are right in the middle. The odds of that are astounding. But I can't explain this quite as well as a friend, so I'm gonna bring him in. Here, take this one away.
Oh, hello, hi, yes. Jeff Goldblum. Oh, I love your aura. Oh, I was here for something else. Oh, yes, okay, so you take one voice and you collide it with another and a third appears. That is chaos theory. Let's try. We'll start with David Attenborough. The grizzly bear approaches the salmon. Combine that with an old friend. It's an honor to be the governor of California. And pow, what do you get? The grizzly bear approaches the governor.
Yes, Werner Herzog, here we go.
Only one can survive. That is nature.
Ha, ha, ha.
Yes, you see amazing things between different people's voices. You learn the relationships between those. But sometimes you don't even need multiple people. You can learn a lot just from one voice. Every voice, even your voice, the voice you identify with, the voice you might really hate to listen to, will change over time. That's a big statement, but if you understand how it works, you can see some amazing things. Here, check this one out. You gotta do something, people. He's aging a man 50 years at the drop of a hat. I'm not a dirty cop. I'm not gonna take the money. I'm not a dirty cop.
I should have taken the money.
Oh God, he's going backwards. Wait, you didn't take the money? I was not serious about that. I have a lot of debt.
You still do. I made a huge mistake. Also, I may have been Cuban in the 80s.
Yep, time travel. You thought you needed an infinity stone. No, this is why we really do impressions, because they will teach you about the world and give you powers you would never believe. Am I right or am I right?
It's actually much simpler than that. I happen to know that Tristan and I agree on this, so I'm going to talk in the first person. After all this time, it still makes me uncomfortable to do impressions for people. And to ask people to pay to come see them, gosh. They just have this weird air. They're childish, they're annoying if you overdo them, and if you're gonna do them, they have to be pretty good. But what you find watching the trip, and what I've learned just in my own experience, is that the joy isn't in doing impressions for people. It's in doing impressions with people. Because when you do one too, all of that pressure goes away. It's just a common language. They don't even have to be good. I stand by everything else that I've said tonight, but the true best reason I've found to do impressions is just that the fun happens when voices come together. Now, that was where the story ended the first time I did this show. But I want to add something else on tonight, which is that there's a thread in here about quitting things you like and not knowing why. Sure enough, after I did the show the first time, I quit impressions again for years. But I know that this is the right answer because it's what has brought me back every time. Man, yeah, I've found that it's not about why you quit, right? But it's more important why you come back. So that's what this is. Look, I can rattle off voices for you. It might even be a real hoot, but I'd rather you join in. Most of the best bits in here tonight have come from doing these with people. And so my hope is that by doing this, I can maybe get you to do one or two with me or somebody else, in moderation, of course. Because yeah, it's cheesy to say, but it ends where it began. It's just fun to pretend with friends. So thank you. But that is the main story. There we go. How are we doing on count? That's 100, right?
Yeah, hi, about that. So we are almost out of time, and
I know what you're thinking. Did he leave 6 impressions or 55?
it's definitely one of the two of those. Okay, I can do this. To the rest of you, I'm sorry you didn't get to be in the main story. If you could just say something quick about impressions or Tristan, we will get there on time, okay?
He's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Okay, we tried. Just say whatever you want. First group, aging white men, it is your time.
Time is a flat circle.
Whatever, dude, at least it's an ethos.
All right, all right.
Are you gonna do the third one? Family.
That's a bit cheeky now, isn't it? I reckon you're right. As is putting us together just because we're British.
Hey, it's me, your boy Stallone. I didn't get to say anything earlier, so this time I just wanted to tell you.
Jesse, we have to act. Oh, Mr. White, I don't want to be an old white man.
It's better than the next group, dead white men. You come to me on the day of my cat's bar mitzvah, and you tell me I'm a dead man?
Yeah, why am I in here too?
Oh, come on, Paul. You know you're the dead one.
That's a good point. Anybody want the peanut? One person, okay.
Fantasy, where the hell are all these wizards? You're all late.
A wizard impression is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. And my axe, Gimli, that was not the time.
Have my bow.
Oh, so we're just doing this. And my sword. I never should have come back, never should have, but I needed the money.
Mr. Frodo, look who it is. Do your own column.
Moving along.
Mr. Potter. Then what? Shut the hell up, Wade. We won't be any more impressions until you finish your spells. And you stop confusing me for Angela Lansbury. Has there been a murder? No. Now, go on. All right. Expecto Patron.
No points for Gryffindor. Is Star Wars fantasy? This was never clear to me.
Ready we are.
Are you my dad? Oh, Chewbacca, it sounds like you cannot roll your tongue. You'll get it next time.
Blah, 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 Han Solo. I didn't kill my wife.
That's the wrong Harrison Ford.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care. No, I said, I didn't kill
My wife.
It's a trap.
Oh, that was unsettling. Let's go to current television. Hey, yeah, Mr. Frog. Almost there. Could you just, is it cool if we have another 30 minutes?
You can't ask for more time, Greg.
Why not? I want to say something good. We could really help people.
Greg, just tell him to do ketamine.
Thanks, Kendall. I'm not going to tell him to do ketamine.
Well, you have to say something, Greg. What would Logan do?
I don't know. Probably get more of that stupid McDonald's money.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Dad?
Greg, answer the people.
Fine. Impressions should do ketamine.
Oh, gosh. Hi, Jennifer Coolidge. I know this isn't my show, but I had to say something. Greg, you need to get your shit together.
Noted.
That's all I had to say. Hey, wait, who's that hot lady in the corner?
I'm Nando. Do you want to get out of here? Have you ever rode a bed?
Oh, let's fly away.
It's a real Jennifer Coolidge. And now, presidents, get up here.
We choose to do impressions not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Oh, please, acting is simple. I used to be in movies. Was that before or after you gave crack to the poor? You'll have to excuse my friend. He was shot in the head. Meet me in chapel. Guys, why are we fighting? You've both been dead for quite some time. Actually, my daddy told me Reagan is still alive. He is the unknown soldier. Nobody knows that. They do now, you buffoon.
Oh, guys, calm down. How about I get us all ice cream and we build back better?
Well, I like this guy more than the peanut farmer. I'll leave the peanut farmer out of this. Whatever, at least we can all agree. At least nobody invited that crook Nixon. Hey, Richard Nixon, it's good to be back. But I thought I cleared this up last time. I'm not a crook.
I am a crook. You sound poor.
I'm sorry, who are you?
I am president. Everybody knows that. This is so embarrassing for you. But also, where is that voice? It sounds poor.
It's a California accent. Nixon's from California. Are you one of those tech criminals? Actually, nobody in tech is a criminal. Yes. We prefer the word innovator. I challenge you to find one person in tech who is a criminal. Does anybody want to buy some blood? Oh, maybe. What? Was it something I said? Two bags.
Good to see you, Count. And now, voices that didn't fit anywhere.
I am a car.
You are a toy.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
Sure, Ken. Damn it, Barbie. It's me, Katharine Hepburn.
It's another trap.
Stop laughing at me. I'm your grandmother.
It's just a joy to hear the one true impression.
Oh, it's high praise. It is I, Nicolas Cage, the one true impression.
I kind of meant the guy before you.
Yes, you might recognize me from my first great film, Face Off, where I played the Castor Troy, but John Travolta stole my face. Critics call it highly confusing.
Sandy, baby, I'm Castor Troy.
Oh no, it's happening again.
I'm so sorry, people.
Sandy, baby, I'm Castor Troy. You're Castor Troy?
Sandra, no, that is not Castor Troy.
I'm Castor Troy? Sandy, you're Castor Troy.
I'm Castor Troy.
I'm Castor Troy.
I'm Castor Troy.
I'm Castor Troy.
Family, I'm Castor Troy. I'm Castor Troy.
I'm James Mason.
I'm.
Never did it. Time. Huh. We're there. Wow. Hold on. Wait. That's it, right? We did it. That's 100. We got there. We got everybody there. Oh, come on, man. Who didn't go? Which one of you people didn't go? Oh, of course it's you. Go ahead.
And I'm Jeffy.
Thank you. Now we're there. All right. Well, I just want to say, real quick, I just want to say thank you to all of you for coming out. Thank you to Art, Meredith, and Fernando for doing stand-up beforehand. Art and I used to host an open mic right around the corner from here. Let's go there. Let's not go there. But thanks again. Thanks to everybody who helped me out with this show, my parents, Michelle, all of you, anyone I've ever done a voice with. It's been a lot of fun. And I will leave you with the photo of me doing an impression of a horse. All right. Have a good night.